This is a painting that was probably commercially done. It doesn't tell a great story. We don't really know that much about it. It's, but, is the water that color? Really bright, sunny day, it could be. Is the sky really that color? So, yeah, maybe the artist took a little license and exaggerated the colors. So it just is a really nice, attractive painting. And just as a hanger, it's not going to tell a great story. It doesn't have any historical background that we know. It just is very pleasing. And so.
And then for something a little bit different, we have a great little photograph. Inscribed at the bottom, Captain Cook's boy on board the USS Ranger, 1887. This great little image, and the captain's cabin boy dressed out in his little Navy uniform. Interesting idea to bring along a boy on board your Navy ship. But that was the practice at the time. But even the boy has a straight little attitude on in himself, in his portrait, and just an interesting little thing. Again, not a great masterpiece, but really captures that late 19th century kind of optimism and broad American, go get them attitude.
So I think
Let's finish with those, and then I have a surprise.
Captain's got a surprise for me. He brought me a present. I don't know. So these are done by a guy named Frank Adams of Martha's Vineyard. And Frank Adams was a vacuum repair person on Martha's Vineyard. And one day he decided he needed a weather vane for his garage. So he made himself one and put it up, and then the neighbor came and said, "Hey, I like that. Can you make me one?" And before you know it, he had a little business going, and he wasn't fixing vacuums anymore. And so this is what happens when you actually keep one inside and you put one outside. So that one is literally going through a lot of storms, a lot of northeasters on Martha's Vineyard, like they had one this week. And here's one that Frank Adams made and probably was never outside. They're very collectible. People love them. And they're wood hull and they're tin sails. And that is one that is pretty much untouched as he made it, probably in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And yeah, that one went through a lot of storms. And now I want to see, one of my surprises, I have no idea what this is about.
Well, as you know, all our talks are impromptu and spur of the moment, so I thought I'd keep Arthur on his toes. Two of our visitors brought a ship painting for us to look at and kind of analyze and see what it is. And this is a little bit of how do you know it's old, what is it, where does it come from, and we've gone over a few of these things on our forums, which you can see some of our forums from on YouTube. We have some of our forums from the past. And the first one I think we ever did was how do you know it's old. And so this is a really nice little ship painting, very crisply painted, has the waves, the American flag. One thing I'd like to say about the American flags. So typically in ship portraits, the flag is flying proudly behind the ship, showing its broad stripes. But that's actually a fallacy, because the ship cannot sail faster than the wind. So it's all going in the same direction. And if you look at the ship at Brig Exact in the upper right corner, you got it right. The flag is going with the ship because it's being pushed by the wind, although he got on board later and added it with the flags flying behind the ship. So
a little artistic license.
yeah, it looks better that way. It gives you that sense of motion, sense of speed. And maybe there's a certain way you can turn your ship to get it. Anyway, so one thing that we like to do when we start to So, Arthur, what do you see?
It's a wood panel. It's freshly painted. It has a scribe mark. I don't see a signature. So I would have to guess that maybe it's either been repainted or it's maybe a copy.
And so one of the things that I did when I first saw it, I got a head start. So I grabbed my loupe, and it's a very, very, very helpful tool for paintings, furniture, all sorts of glass, brass. You can see a lot of details. Just a little bit of magnification can tell a whole big story. So when you look at the front of the painting now, under the loupe, you look at how the paint was applied to the panel. And panel, so you're painting on panel, you're painting on canvas. Even panel will have a little bit of shrinkage and contraction, shrinkage and expansion over time. And that'll give you a fine network of craquelure through the surface of the paint. And Arthur probably doesn't even need the loupe.
Yeah, there's no craquelure.
There's no craquelure.
There's no shrinkage.
There's no shrinkage.
And I think I'm getting Kevin's point, because we bought a fake a couple of years ago. And we thought it was good, and I admit it was a fake and we were fooled. But that's why we do a lot of research, and we make sure that we have things checked out if we have even the slightest question. And it turned out that it was not right. And I think this might be by the same hand.
Well, I wasn't going there, and I wasn't necessarily...
He's really setting me up.
You're on the right track. It's not old. But I wouldn't necessarily consider this a fake, because there's really no attempt to deceive. It's newly painted on the back. There's no signature saying it was made by a famous artist. There's no added craquelure to the front. So it's a reproduction. It looks like it's a painting from the 19th century, maybe late 19th century, but it's probably 20th century, mid 20th century at the earliest, maybe 10 years old or so. Or when did you buy it?
20 years ago.
Okay, 20 years old or so.
So there was a book written, which I read 3 or 4 years ago, about a faker in Florida who got really good and was copying Buttersworth paintings. Buttersworth are very valuable ship paintings, and he got really good at it. And they ended up in museums. They ended up in major dealers' hands. Fortunately, we did not get nailed. This is always the nightmare that I have, which I started having those nightmares when I was first as a kid. What if you buy something and you find out later after you sold it that it's a fake? It's a nightmare. And the only thing you can do is stand behind it and take it back, of course. But it is the nightmare that no matter how many senses you have of touch, smell, hearing, and it's just all your senses come into every time we buy something, every time we look at something. But if there are people out there who are trying to perfect the art of fakery, it's pretty hard. And let's see, what did they do? Oh, they just discovered that the Dead Sea Scrolls are not real. I mean, yes. I mean, some of them.
Yeah,
I mean, just think about that. I mean, that shatters so much of, biblical history, of everything. And so, that's what we do. We don't have always at our fingertips all the scientific equipment that would take months or perhaps years to actually ascertain. We just go with the best we got. But that one, I thought when Kevin told me it was a surprise, I thought, I don't know, because this you know, it's a lesson. Every time you do, you learn. You know, we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, but, you know, you try to do your best. And I thought that's what, maybe that was done by the same hand, but
Nah,
it
no.
wasn't as good. It wasn't as good.